It annoys me when women try to blame their vanity on an outside force instead of just admitting to themselves what motivates them. Now, look at this: The Beauty Scam: Why Hollywood Standards Are a Lie by Kjersti Flaa. Now, Hollywood isn't lying about beauty standards. Hollywood is showing us what we want to see. People want to see beautiful women on screen, and that's what Hollywood gives us. So that isn't a lie, Kjersti. So for you to say so is in itself a lie. Now we'll get into this.
Too. And today I want to talk about something that I'm really passionate about. I did mention this in one of my episodes on YouTube not too long ago when Demi Moore won the title of the world's most beautiful by People magazine. That really infuriated me, and I'm going to go back to why that infuriated me later. I also want to talk about the hypocrisy amongst celebrity when they're complaining about the beauty standards when they're the ones creating them for the rest of us.
Aha. So, Kjersti, this is a lie. These aren't standards. You're either beautiful or you're not. And these celebrities aren't creating them. You know, this is, look at yourself, Kjersti. How come you're wearing makeup and your hair long? If you want to buck these standards, why don't you? Why don't you cut your hair short? It's easy to manage and just show your face as it is without the makeup, right? Because it isn't a beauty standard. You're you're emphasizing your natural beauty, just like every other woman, and you can't blame female celebrities or Hollywood for that.
I'm also so tired of hearing celebrities talking about how their beauty routines and how they drink water and do yoga and some meditation. And then they end up looking so young and refreshed and beautiful, which is all a lie. First of all, I'm wondering, why are we still talking about beauty and why are we still rewarding beauty?
We're still talking about beauty because beauty for women is queen. It's not just important, it's queen. It opens up all the doors. And I'll show you what I mean, guys. Here's a case where a woman who falsely accused a Major League Baseball player, right? But the fact is, he's a Major League Baseball player. She's a nobody. And she's able to get with this man. She didn't have to do anything. No, what does she do for a living? I don't even know. Nobody cares. She just has to be like this. And look, next victim, star pitcher for the Dodgers. So this woman knows that she can dump one high status man and jump to the next. She knows that her beauty opens doors, right? And here's another one, Zeta Jones. She had a great career and she didn't lose it. She just dumped it. Why? Because she didn't want to work for a living. There are women who maintain their careers because they want the adoring fans. But some women just want a luxury lifestyle without having to work for it. So Jones, she married Michael Douglas because at the time he was one of the richest actors out there. And she's lived a great life since. She wasn't even on his caliber, but she's a beautiful woman. That gave her the easy life. So that explains this, Kjersti. This is why beauty is always talked about and it's always going to be talked about. And people reward it because that's the way we are. Kjersti, you're a beautiful woman. Do you really think you'd be on the screen right now if you weren't? You're being rewarded.
I feel like these last 10 years are supposed to be like this revolution, like, oh, beauty is so much more. All these new ideas that's being pushed on us. So everyone's supposed to feel beautiful. Even if you have a big body in a different color, it's still talking about beauty. It's still talking about what your face looks like. Your body can be big, it can be misformed, whatever. You can be brown, black, white,
Well, that's because beautiful women still get with guys, but they might be lazy to the point they don't want to keep the weight off. That's all.
whatever, but it's still about what your face looks like. And that still makes a lot of people feel terrible. And some people are not
Well, that's your issue, isn't it? So all you're saying is you can't compete. You can't compete with the top ladies. And what does it matter? Kjersti, you're a good-looking woman. You've got an easy life. Look, men have to compete. Let me show you something, guys. All right. This is the offspring video, pretty fly for a white guy. I won't play any of it because of copyright, but men compete. As a matter of fact, this video was made by men. How can you tell? Because they show double standards between the genders. They make fun of suburban white guys who have easy, safe lives, emulating black street thugs who live hard, dangerous lives. But why did they do it? Because the thugs get the girls. Where is it here? Right here. The girls sing, "Give it to me, baby." Right? These guys see that the thugs get the women. So they're willing to pretend they're like that to try and get the girl. Right? That's what they want. Now, I'll show you what I mean by the double standards, guys. Let's see if I can bring it up here. Here we are. So this video makes fun of suburban white guys emulating black ghettos guys. Yet they feature a beautiful white woman who's emulating the black girl. And she's not shown as being goofy. She's very cool. It's all right. She belongs. She wants to emulate black girls. That's all right by them. Because women's beauty opens all the doors. Matter of fact, there's no doors, there's just doorways that they can walk right through, right? And as a matter of fact, this girl gets to be the star, right? She gets to be the star of the show. If you look at the end of it, she's the one who's out front dancing. So she's welcome to the party, guys. She's welcome to the party. So this is why women talk about beauty and are obsessed with it, because it's everything. It's queen. Sure, Steve.
born beautiful in a traditional beautiful way, and then they do a lot of things to their face to try and look like these role models that we are being presented all the time. And when you look at celebrities now, when you look at movie stars, especially, I've mentioned this before, someone like Nicole Kidman, she doesn't look like a real person anymore. She looks fake. And that's because she's done so much to her beautiful face.
Yeah, her beautiful face. So notice the weasel word, guys. It's not that she looks fake, she looks ugly. It's damaged her beauty. Now, if you were an honest person, Kjersti, you would admit that. Now, you're talking about Hollywood's lies, but you're lying by admission. Well, not even about admission. You're actually putting in weasel words to hide women's vanity, right?
Used the word beautiful. Used to have a beautiful face. Now she just looks fake. And I don't
Ugly. Just say ugly.
believe her in any roles anymore. When I'm watching a movie with Nicole Kidman, all I can think about is like I'm studying her mimics in her face. Like, did her lips move at all? No, they didn't. Her face is saying the same. I don't believe her in any roles anymore. And
Now, Kjersti, Hollywood is standard for putting beautiful women in roles which they're actually too good looking for the parts. Or it's someone's mom or the wife of a working class stiff. They do it all the time. So it's a little late now to say you don't believe in it.
The thing is, she could maybe get away with playing some kind of upper class woman with some upper class problems, but she cannot play a working class woman anymore looking the way she does. I
Nonsense. They do it all the time. Come on, Kjersti.
am not trying to bash Nicole Kidman for doing plastic surgery. That's not my point here.
Really? You're not supposed to. So you're complaining this, but you're not bashing her for doing it. She's a role model for women, and it's making women feel insecure, but you're not blaming her for that, right? Why? Because Nicole Kidman is showing typical female vanity, which Kjersti has, which Flaa has. So she's complaining about this, but you got to blame someone else. This is so typical. Oh, by the way, Flaa, Nicole Kidman is showing off status. She's willing to damage her looks through facial surgery to display status. She's saying, I have the wealth and fame to get facial surgery. Her vanity is so shallow. Well, vanity is shallow, but she's so vain, she's willing to destroy something that's important to her in order to show off to other women that she has status. That's a fact. And it's no different than these young guys, these suburban white guys here, who are willing to put their lives in danger to emulate black guys. Like if this white guy goes down into the ghetto and try to smooth with the black guys, they might actually put a cap in his ass for trying to emulate them, right? But people sacrifice what's important to get what they feel is important, right?
Because I think everyone should do what they feel like to feel comfortable. But, when she's talking about being.
So her damaging her looks, which you're complaining about, is still all right because it makes her feel comfortable, right?
Authentic and being a character actor, and you're doing the opposite in front of us, you are not being authentic. You're presenting an image that is not believable. And then, of course, the magazines are like, oh my God, look at ageless Nicole Kidman on the red carpet. Look how beautiful she is. And I'm like, are we supposed to look up to that? Are we supposed to want to look like that too? I don't want to look like that when I'm 60. And I'm still, I'm struggling with aging like I think most women are. It's not a
So you don't want to look beautiful at 60, but you're worried about it. Right.
fun it's not a fun concept to look at yourself in the mirror and then something new appears every day. You're like, oh, I didn't have that line before. Oh my God, my neck looks horrible. Oh, what is that thing? What is that stain on my skin? I haven't seen that before. I should do some Botox. I should do a little neck lift maybe.
Okay, so you're admitting this is personal to you. You're talking about surgery to fight aging. So this has nothing to do with Hollywood making a lie. It has nothing to do with Nicole Kidman. Like you're talking about why can't they admit stuff? Why can't you admit anything, Flaa?
All these things that we know that the celebrities are doing, but most of the time they're hiding it from us. They're not being honest about why they look the way they do. And that's one of the things that really provoked me when Demi Moore was announced the most beautiful person by People magazine.
One beauty just is. It's authenticity. It's positivity.
Yeah, she's feeding a line of bullshit. That's true. By the way, whoever did her face really did a great job. You could tell she's got work done, but she's not a Nicole Kidman, right? She looks great, by the way. There was all kinds of young guys would bang her in a heartbeat, right? So we'll get past that. Yes, I understand that her bullshitting pisses you off, but then Flaa, you're bullshitting as well.
Woman by People magazine, and she said, it's about authenticity and it's about being yourself and being confident in your own skin, when that's exactly the opposite of what she is, because you're not confident in your own skin if you fix up everything on your face to look different.
But she is confident. That's why she fixed it. And she's got her face on a magazine. So it did work. Keeping herself beautiful kept her confident. So you're just wrong, Flaa.
And again, I'm not shading Demi Moore for doing what she's doing, but don't
Really? So you're complaining that she wasn't being authentic there, but you're not shading her? Flaa, that is a contradiction. You're contradicting yourself. And you're embarrassing yourself now. Now, the contradiction comes from the fact that Flaa supports female vanity, but she doesn't like the fact that she can't compete with the top girls. Now you understand the contradiction, right?
pretend it's authentic, because it's not. If I would respect women in Hollywood if they said, I did all this stuff to my face because I'm insecure and I want some more confidence, and this is the way I feel more confident.
So you would respect them if they lied again. Because they don't feel insecure. They feel completely secure as a beautiful woman, and they want to maintain it. So these women outperforming you, Flaa, you're trying to paint as insecurity. So I suppose if I car wash my sports car, that's me being insecure, as opposed to just maintaining the beauty of the vehicle, right?
do a lot of plastic surgery to try to look younger. That would be honesty. I think beauty is honesty, and it's not pretending that you're just aging gracefully when
No, beauty is not honesty. Beauty is just beauty. Beauty has actually nothing to do with honesty. I mean, this woman here made a false allegation to a man who did nothing wrong to her, right? And she did it because she's beautiful. And you know something? Another guy will shack up with this woman, knowing that she is a liar, because he's about her beauty, not about her truthfulness.
you're absolutely not. And I think on top of this, a lot of the Hollywood stars have been, complaining for years about the high beauty standards and what they have to live up to achieve that beauty and to look young forever. And they
No, not beauty standards, competing with one another. Women want to be top dogs and they don't like competing when they fail. That's it.
ageism, and what they're doing is making all of the rest of us feel terrible because we don't look like them. And
Well, that's on you, Kjersti. If all you are is about your looks, then that's on you. You could fulfill your life by making it about something else, but you don't.
most of us can't afford to look like that. Like some of them.
Well, there you go. You can't compete. Thank you for admitting that. So your gripe with these women is that you can't compete with them. Right.
Is saying, oh, I just drink water and do yoga, whatever. What they're doing is going to their dermatologist like 3 times a week. They're doing all different treatments. They're doing all little surgeries here and there. All of them are doing a lot of Botox, a lot of fillers. You see their foreheads are completely stiff. They all have the same lips. They're all starting to look the same. If you look at any women in Hollywood
Well, they all look the same because, there is beauty is standard. Right. That's just the way it is.
over 40, they all kind of merging into the same person. They all have the same look on their face. And I think that is a big problem because they're not believable on screen anymore. I realized that the other day I was watching a British TV show where
We'll get past this because there's more important things to talk about. We'll get past Lady Gaga. Right about here then.
is honored to be the most beautiful person by People magazine. That is disrespectful for everyone else who is the same age who doesn't look like that and think that, okay, that's what I'm supposed to look like when I'm 60 years old.
No. You want to look like that. It's not that you're supposed to. You want to look like that, you can't. You just have to come to terms with it. So again, Hollywood and Demi Moore is not to be blamed.
It's not fair. And then the same celebrities are interviewed on red carpets and talking about, what they're wearing and how they look so amazing and beautiful. Then they're like, oh, don't ask me about those things. There was this movement a few years ago women saying, ask me more or ask her more. Like they wouldn't be degraded to just talk about their outfits on the red carpet. Well, the reason why they're on that red carpet is to sell a product, which is themselves and their own image, and maybe sometimes a movie. But they're there to look perfect, to look beautiful, for us to look up to. Some of their
Yeah, what they're saying is that their vanity is shallow, because all vanity is shallow, and they want to uplift it to something that is superior to that, and they can't.
publicists are sending all this information out before they even appear on the red carpet, what they're wearing, who's the designer, who's the makeup artist, so that everyone can write down all these things and all these facts and information about them. And then they're on the red carpet themselves saying like, oh, I don't want to talk about that. To me, that is so hypocritical when that is exactly what you're selling. I think there are still some women out there, someone like Kate Winslet, who's actually letting herself age naturally. She's not that old, obviously, but she looks real. And everything when she talks about things, she's real. To me, I think someone like Kate Winslet is the perfect role model. I remember.
No, because wait, Kate Winslet, she's not center stage, is she? You gals want to be center stage. That's why you're above beauty standards. Well, not standards. This is why you want to be beautiful, period. Right? Kate Winslet, she can't compete anymore, so she gave up. That's why she's willing to age gracefully.
Remember last year, I saw this interview at the Hollywood Reporter. It was a round table with a lot of big actresses. It was Jennifer Aniston, Jodie Foster, Nicole Kidman, Brie Larson, Sofia Vergara, Naomi Watts, and Anna Sawai. And looking at their faces, I was like shocked when I saw the way Sofia Vergara looks now. And then her next to Nicole Kidman, Jennifer Aniston too has done so much to her face. And then you see someone like Jodie Foster there and you're like, wow, there is a real person here. And if you look at all of these people together, who's the best actress? To me, that is Jodie Foster. And maybe it is.
Well, that's just it. Jodie Foster is a talented actress. And she has screen presence. She shows up on the screen very well. So if you have that, you can get away from being a complete knockout. Right? Judi Dench has it. Meryl Streep has it. But they're rare. All the women there are there because of their looks, so they have to maintain them. Flaw.
Is because she looks like a real person. So I don't know who puts the pressure on these celebrities to look the way they are. They are always blaming it on the media and the public that they're so.
Yeah, the pressure. Sorry. No one puts pressure on you at all, Flaw. You are in competition with your fellow woman. Just admit it. That's why. And again, it's not an outside force. Again, women get great things by being beautiful. Really? See? They get it off by being beautiful. Where are we here? Where's the babe at the end of it, right? But the point is, your desire, your vanity is based on something that's valuable to you. It's that simple.
So much pressure on them, but it really comes down to themselves. And I think a lot of actors that I know are very insecure and they need validation all the time, and they're afraid of people saying that they have aged or they look older. I think these women can look the way they want to, but don't pretend that you look like this naturally, because no one does. The only person that I think has the best surgeon in town probably is Jennifer Lopez. I mean, she looks amazing. And I remember I interviewed her and I asked her about, her beauty secret that everyone wants to know.
Okay, so if her surgery is so good that it works, then you can't really bulk it, can you? I mean, results are what matters. Lopez is maintaining her beauty, which is everything to a woman. And you can't afford those surgeries. So that's what your complaint is.
To know. And she's like, oh, you have to wait and see. I'm coming out with my new line. And of course, she's selling beauty products. And people think that, oh, if I use Jennifer.
Now, beauty products, that's interesting. Because your looks is queen, that's why women focus on beauty and beauty products. J-Lo could have done anything. She could have got into architecture or civil engineering. But there's no reason to be interested in that. They're not necessary to get by. Again, what was the job of this woman who dated the sports celebrity? I don't know what it is. No one does. No one, because no one cares. It's not important for women to get by in life.
For Lopez cream or JLo's cream, I'm going to look like her. My skin is going to be like that. That's amazing. I will spend a ton of money buying her products to look like her. Well, the real reason why Jennifer Lopez looks amazing is because she's done a lot of stuff at the dermatology office and at a plastic surgeon's office. She has done tiny little things that you can't really tell, but let me tell you, she has done a lot because no one looks like that at 55 or however old she is now. It's impossible. When we look at these people and what they do to the general public, they fuel insecurities, eating disorders, body dysphoria, an increase in cosmetic procedures.
Really, so you're going to blame these women for doing what's best for themselves because of your insecurity. They're not insecure, you're insecure. So they're supposed to give up on their careers just for you?
Procedures for teens and young adults as well. They are selling us confidence and we are buying it. And I think this is part of the hypocrisy that makes people really.
No, they're not selling you confidence. They're more weasel words. They're selling you desire. You desire to be beautiful. And that's what they're selling.
Fed up with Hollywood. Don't sell us these lies. And the thing is, it's in their power to change things. They are the ones that can change this. They have the power to change it.
Okay, this is where I'm going to end it because this is the last lie. Hollywood has no such power. Hollywood can only show us what we desire. If Hollywood started showing ugly women on screen or average looking, it would hurt their profits. Matter of fact, they did it in the gaming industry. They put in a bunch of ugly women or uglified the avatars to spit on the male fans, and they lost profits. But they did this because they wanted to spit on the male fans. They know it's not going to work. Hollywood, on the other hand, worships women, so they'd never do that to you, Flaa. They would never do that to you. And you wouldn't appreciate it either if they started putting in ugly women in parts. That's a fact. So don't blame Hollywood for what you desire, for your vanity. You're blaming an outside force for your vanity and your insecurity of competing with your fellow woman. That's what you're doing. That's your lie.